For this beginner's lesson of Sunshine of Your Love, we're going to cover all the essential rhythm guitar parts. We're also going to learn the classic opening guitar riff. Now, in order to learn the song correct, you're going to have a few movable chord shapes down. That includes a standard 7th chord bar shape, as well as a movable power chord shape. But otherwise, the song is fairly easy to learn, and we're going to cover each section with a step-by-step approach. The intro features the classic opening riff, which is played in the key of D blues. So, for those of you who know the standard box pattern for D blues, that'll make things a little easier. If you don't know the box pattern, that's okay. We're going to show you how to align the fingers right now, and that is aligning your first finger to the 10th fret. So to start, all the notes we fret on the 10th fret, the first finger will play. Then the middle finger, the second finger, aligns along the 11th fret, and finally the third finger aligns along the 12th fret, which for most of you will be the double dots on your electric guitar. And now we're going to go to the very first note, 4th string, 12th fret, and that means our third finger will be fretting it. And I'm going to give a quick preview. I'm going to play the entire riff. We're going to break it down note for note, but let me play the full riff first, and I also want to count it off, give you a sense of how we're going to group together the notes. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we got 4 notes plus 3 plus 3. And those first 4 notes, going back to the first note, as you can see from the tab, 12, 12, 10, 12. Let's do that again. 12, 12, 10, 12. Once you know the frets, we do the count to help you follow in the tempo. It's going to be 4 notes, so it's a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we shift down. Watch my third finger here. We simply keep it along the 12th fret, but we go down 1 string. And now we've got the next 3 notes. And what we're doing is we're going to go down 1 fret at a time. And counting off the frets, 12, 11, 10. But once we know the frets, 12, 11, 10, then we just count it as 1, 2, 3. Kind of like sneaking down the staircase. Do, do, do. I say sneaking, there's that little spooky note here. This is called the blue note within the pentatonic minor scale or the blues scale. And we throw in that little note, it's a passing tone, also again referred to as the blue note. It's like a little sort of stutter step. It sounds a little bit spooky as well, on purpose. And let's back it up though. Let's put together those first 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now here's the trick. We're going to pivot or shift the fretting hand. We're going to move it. And from that last note we're on, the first finger on that 5th string 10th fret, keep that in mind. That's sort of going to be your springboard. If you watch this, then your third finger is going to go a string lower, same fret, same 10th fret. And that involves, when you're lying here, you're going to sort of pivot the hand. So after you play that last note, you move your third finger here to the bottom string 10th fret. And now everything is sort of shifted down 2 frets as far as our 1 and 3 fingers. We were here, now we're here. And we have a 3-note phrase, and we're on that 10th fret. 10, 8, 10. And you could throw in a little 1-finger vibrato on that 8th fret of the 5th string. So 10, 8, 10. How about one more? 10, 8, 10. In section 3 of the intro, we're going to throw in a variation. We're still going to follow that same sort of tempo or count of 4 plus 3 plus 3. But on those first 4 beats, instead of single notes, we're going to thicken it up with some chords. A 7th chord shape, in fact. 2 7th chords. Same shape, but 2 different chords. This is going to be the D7th, and even though you are barring it, we're really only focusing or aiming for those middle strings, the 5, 4, and 3 strings. And again, this is going to be a variation or a substitute for the first 4 beats. 1, 2, then on the third beat, drop down to C7. That's the third count, and then back up. So it's just a simple 4 count, except we're thickening it up with the chords. Here's how it's going to sound. Then we're still going to follow again the same format as the intro riff, but we got even more variations coming up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's going to be the same, that 12, 11, 10 riff. But then instead of, we're going to shift everything up an octave. So again, getting our fingers aligned, I'm going to back it up to the previous 3 notes, 12, 11, 10. Again, our fingers are aligned in a sign, so our third finger is going to be steadied in position as it goes up to the 4th string. Again, if you can dig in, throw in a little vibrato, 1 finger vibrato. Don't want to overdo it, but if you throw it in, it makes it sound a little bit better. I'm going to back it up, and we're going to do a slow walkthrough now of how section 3 is going to sound, as well as section 4. They're identical. 1, 2, ready, go. So let's back it up and play it from the beginning. We're going to review the complete intro, which will be the original riff played twice, and then the variation with the chords played for another 2 measures. So here we go from the top. We'll do a slow walkthrough. 1, 2, ready, go. When verse 1 kicks in with the vocals, the same guitar pattern is going to be played that ended the intro. So we're still going to maintain it with those 7th chords for another 4 measures or 4 bars. One note, as you work with the vocals, the chords sync up with the lyrics. And what I mean by that, the opening line is, "It's getting near dawn." If you ignore the "it's," getting near dawn, you've got 4 syllables. And you literally lock in the chords with that. Getting near dawn. And then you're actually going to repeat that or play that a total of 4 times to start verse 1. Then we're going to shift to the G section, which from that 7th chord, again, we're going to stay aligned along that 10th fret position, but we're going to go from a D 7th to a G power chord. On a power chord, we're just going to focus on the 3 strings, 5, 4, and 3. At least get 2. If you get the 3rd, that's fine too. Again, we're going to time it the same and go down 2 frets as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this riff, we're shifting up a string. So now we're going to play the 12, 11, 10 riff. That's going to start now on the 4th string. So backing it up, we've got our 4 count for the chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep that 3rd finger where it is. 4th string. 12, 11, 10. And then that same maneuver that opened the song. This time though, we're just shifting up 1 string. Let's play that G section twice, just like the song. We'll do a slow walkthrough. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. And then we go back home to the D section, which is going to have some variations. We've got 2 bars left, starting off with the chords, but then we go back to how we originally played it for the very beginning of the song. 5th string, 12, 11, 10, so I'll back up a little bit. And then, just like the very beginning of the song, for one bar, and then to the higher register to end verse 1 and play that last section. So we'll put those last two sections together again. Now let's put it all together from the intro. We have a total of 12 sections to play. The first 4 are the intro, followed by the verse section, starting when the vocals kick in. We play the same pattern 4 times in a row. Then the last 4 bars are when we shift to G for the first 2, and then back home to D for the last 2 bars. So let's do it from the beginning. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. For the chorus, we shift to using power chords, starting with an open A power chord. The strum on that is going to be down, up, down. You're going to quickly mute the strings after that. Down, up, down. That's where the drum fill takes place. Down, up, down. And then we're going to shift up to a C power chord. And if you haven't done this transition, here's the A. What you do from going from A to C is that the first finger just moves up 1 fret, shifts down to the 5th string, that's your bass note, and then you clamp down that 3rd finger to play this C power chord shape. You just strum it once. So the key is that first finger. And then from C to G, we simply shift the same shape down 1 string. So C power chord, you have a 5th string bass note. Shifting down to the bottom 3, that's a G power chord. Here it is. We're going to go to the top here from A. Down, up, down. Down, down. And that progression or sequence is played 3 consecutive times. So let's do a slow walkthrough 3 times, just like the recording, from the beginning of the chorus. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. To wrap up the chorus, we're going to go back to the open A power chord. And we're going to stay on this chord, and we're going to apply this rhythm here. It sort of reminds me of a galloping horse. And how we go about that, it's going to start with the single down strum, and then we're going to play 4 consecutive down, up, down strums. So it's going to be, if you count, it's going to be like 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or you could go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Whatever sort of works, but here's a slow walkthrough of it. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, and then a 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you use a strum instead, down, up, down, up, down. Whatever works, but it's going to be 1 strum followed by 3 or 4 consecutive 3 counts. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do a slow walkthrough of the complete chorus now. Remember, we have the A, C, G sequence played 3 times, and then we end it by writing it out with that open A power chord. So here we go from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. In verse 2, there's some variations thrown in. There's slight ones, but you can add these in if you'd like. It starts off the same. Here's the variation. You're going to take your 3rd finger and flatten it along that 12th fret on the 2, 3, and 4 strings. And then so flattening it across those 3 strings, and then that 1 finger, slight bend and vibrato on that 3rd string, and down to that root note, which is the 4th string, 12th fret. 3 beats right here. 1, 2, 3, and we'll put that together again with the rhythm. As a final step to this lesson, you should go back to the beginning of the video and see if you can keep up with the lesson preview. Once you can do that, an additional challenge will be to play a complete arrangement of the song, because we covered all the essential rhythm parts. You can put together a complete arrangement and then see if you can play along with the original recording.